Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this makeup look. It's an everyday look, but it's just like a splash of sexy on the eyes, and it's very easy to achieve. I use this makeup look when I want to have something really cute and soft on the eyes, but sexy at the same time. I'm trying to get the boys to the yard because your girl is single, she's ready to mingle. If you're like me and you need a makeup look that's going to make you look a little bit more sexy, you need to try this look out. Trust me, it works. It's easy. And I know a lot of men are going to tell you that they don't like when women wear makeup. They don't know what they're talking about, okay? They ignore that, okay? It's foolishness.
Sounds like a lot of hoopla.
This makeup look has a very high success rate, okay? And I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve this makeup look today. So if you want to see it, keep watching before we start the video. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do, okay? You know the drill. Cut it out. Hit the button. Let's continue. Those of you guys that know that I've been single for about 2 years, I haven't been dating, okay? No. Your girl had to do some healing first. We had to do some healing. And I'm ready to start dipping my toes in the dating pool. So we're gonna be doing makeup today to bring the boys to the yard. I'm gonna start with tried and true Hydro Grip Makeup Primer. Y'all know this is bae. I don't be switching up with my primer now. I've learned some hard lessons. This primer is always clutch every time. I feel like this primer really helps to keep my makeup in place, and it doesn't allow my skin to get like super over the top oily. Unless I have like a super dewy foundation on, then this stuff can't even help. For the base, I want my skin to look flawless, but I also want it to look natural. I don't want it to be too over the top. So I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever HD Skin, and I'm using this in the shade 4Y60. So like I was saying, y'all would know that I've been single for quite some time, and I've been single by choice. Like, I've really been working very hard at like doing a lot of work on myself. I didn't feel like there was any rush to get back at like dating or anything, because if I really want to have like a successful relationship, number one, I needed to be healed from the last situation, and I also needed to do some like self-reflection and work on myself so that I can better myself for the next relationship that I'm going to be in. You know, I feel like a lot of times people don't really give themselves enough time to be alone. Like, after you've had a relationship that has failed, baby, you need to take a step back, okay? And I needed to go ahead and make sure that I was in a good place to be able to start dating somebody and be a benefit to a relationship. So I took the time, okay? Your girl did the work. And now I'm feeling like I'm ready to start dating again. Maybe not seriously in the beginning, but you know, I want to see what's out there. And there's a lot that goes along with starting to date again, y'all. A lot. These people out here be lying, okay? You gotta find the right person. And this time around, I'm really gonna make sure that I'm like doing my due diligence when it comes to dating, really getting to know the person that I'm dating, figuring out how they were raised, what their values are. Because to be honest, y'all, it's not getting the men. That's not the problem. The problem is making sure they're not insane or a pathological liar. It's a lot of that out here in these streets, and I really want to make sure that I'm actually gonna get the right kind of man this time. The makeup is easy, but it's finding the right man. That's really the problem. What's going on out here in Atlanta, in these streets, it's very, very ghetto. It's very ghetto. I'm gonna be using the NARS concealer in the shade Walnut. I'm gonna use that in my inner corner, just as like a little bit of a corrector. But in this time of me being single, I have learned so much about myself. And I think that, you know, that's the most important thing that you can do while you're single before you start dating, is making sure that you learn exactly who you are, what your values are, what's important to you, what your ultimate deal breakers are, and really getting to know yourself on a personal level, so that by the time somebody comes around that looks like they're like a dating prospect, you really know who you are, and it's really trying to see if you can fit together in a relationship. You're not trying to figure yourself out as you're dating somebody. I'm the kind of person that really enjoys alone time. Not all the time, but I'm comfortable with it. I'm very comfortable with being by myself. I'm comfortable going out places by myself. Like, it's nothing for me. It actually makes me quite happy. But when I was in my last relationship, you know, I got comfortable with having somebody around all the time. So I really had to relearn how to be by myself again. And I've fallen back in love with it. Like, I really enjoy my time alone, and I feel like I'm not worried about trying to make somebody else happy in this time. I'm really just focusing on being happy by myself. But at this stage that I'm at, I'm really feeling like I'm ready to share my world with somebody else. Because life just doesn't stop after one failed relationship. It just doesn't. You know, people have relationships that fail all the time. And I was really, really upset about it at first. For a while, I was really upset about it, feeling like guilty and just feeling like, you know, I failed because my relationship failed. And that's just not the case. Like, it took me a really long time to realize that it's not me that's a failure. The relationship just didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to work out. And that's another thing that I learned, like, from that relationship ending. You can't force a relationship to work. You just can't. You know, and if you see red flags at any point, just don't ever doubt what the red flag looks like. Red flag is a red flag, okay? Now, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not a kitten, it's a freaking duck. That's what it is, okay? It took me a long time to realize that. Now that I have learned so much, like, I just feel like I was so naive. And now I feel like I've learned so much that I feel like, you know, I might not find somebody immediately, but I feel like dating is gonna be easier because I'm gonna be smarter. All right, the base is looking very, very good. By the way, that was Fenty concealer that I just put down. So now I'm using NYX Sweet Cheeks, and this is like a really nice cream blush. And I feel like this just softens up the makeup because it's that pretty baby doll pink. Really pretty, and it blends out so easy. You know what's funny? I feel like men always try to say that they like girls that don't wear makeup. Like, I want my woman to be natural. The truth is, they don't really know what the hell they're talking about. Because if you're gonna sit here and tell me that you think Beyonce is the most beautiful person on the earth, Beyonce wears a lot of makeup, hun, okay? That's what she does. It's just about making the makeup look natural, you know? They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they want. Now I'm gonna go back in with just a little bit more concealer right in here. And now I'm gonna blend that out. So have any of y'all ever been in a relationship before where you just knew several times that it was not gonna work out, and somehow you ended up staying in the relationship? Like, I cannot be the only person. I know several of us have done it, and you know, it really comes down to the why. Why do people do stuff like that? Why do you stay in a relationship where, you know, it's just not for you? You know that there's several red flags in your face, but you choose to look past them in the name of love. Setting my under eyes with the Laura Mercier. And this is the setting powder, Translucent Honey. I've learned that it's not really the person that you're so in love with while you're staying in a relationship that you don't belong in. It's more so like what your past experiences have been, and even what childhood experiences you've had that made you feel like you just didn't want to let something go. And that was another part of my healing, was realizing what was it that made me stay in a relationship that I knew damn well. I knew. And I really had to figure that out. That was a part of my healing. And I've done a lot of focusing on that, y'all. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this go around dating, red flags where, huh? Ooh, you said, oh what? You what? If it's a red flag, I'm walking. I'm out. I'm not wasting any time. Because I have realized what it is that allows me to sit back and try to see the best in people, and I'm not doing that at all. Ever. So if you're a young girl and you're watching this right now, and you are hanging on to something with all your might, girl, let it go. Let it go, because the chances are slim, honey. And you know what? You're gonna walk away with tears. Don't do it. Learn from me. Don't do it. So now I'm doing my bronzer. I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty stick bronzer, and this is in the shade Full of Life. This is gonna add some warmth to my face. This is a really, really warm bronzer, but for this look, I want it. I wanna give like a really nice warm look to my skin. I don't want my skin to look too cool. This stuff blends out so easy, like watch. I'm barely touching it with the brush. And you can be super light with your brush to blend this out because it blends out so easy. And I'm just pulling that down into my forehead. And now here, I'm gonna be pulling this upwards. Be careful not to blend your bronzer down. You don't want it to be muddy down there. So pull it upwards into the blush. Did y'all see how that blended out so smooth? Same thing for the other side. Who would I be if I didn't add my Fenty Cocoa Naughty? I'm gonna add a little bit of this on top just to give it a little extra oomph. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna do a really light contour on my nose, and I'm using Fenty Truffle Matchsticks. And now I'm using a small Real Techniques brush. This is the, which brush is this? Oh, this is the shading brush. I think this is actually an eyeshadow brush, but I'm gonna be using it for my contour, and I'm bringing it up towards my eyebrow. My nose is definitely giving nose bridge, and I like that. But I like to go back in with my sponge, and I like to like blend that contour out just a little bit. So now I'm moving on to my eyes, and I don't like to do too much eyeshadow on my eyes when I'm doing a look like this or when I'm trying to attract a certain thing. So I'm gonna use my setting powder, the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey, and I'm gonna blend that out because I really don't want my lids to be all creasy. I'm gonna start with the Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro Pencil, the Perfect Brown. And I'm gonna add that to my lash line. And then I'm gonna use the other side and I'm gonna smudge that out. And as I'm smudging it, I'm starting to bring it up a little bit higher and higher. So eventually it does end up looking kind of like I have eyeshadow on, but this is literally just a really, really good creamy pencil. And now I'm gonna use this dark brown right here, and I'm gonna blend that right on top. And I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other eye. And now I'm gonna add just a little bit of this brown mixed with this brown on my lower lash line. Every time I tightline my waterline, great results. Great results. It's just a little bit more like, a little more sultry when you do. I feel like when my eyes are tight lined, it just makes my eyes look a little bit more like, just like a little bit more sexy when there's a black tight line in there. When I add my lashes, it's gonna be like wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Here's my number, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and just set my brows. And y'all feel free to leave some comments in the video about like where's a good place to meet high value men or like good men. I have found that the absolute worst place to meet somebody is the club. Don't meet nobody at the club, okay? I've done it several times. It never works. I used to go out a lot, and meeting somebody out at the club, -1 stars. I don't recommend it because chances are they like to party all the time. They're really not into like doing relationship type things. They want to be in the scene. I don't want somebody that wants to be out all the time. I just really want to meet somebody that is not into being like flashy in Atlanta, because everybody in Atlanta just wants to be somebody. And that's women too. It's not just men. It's like everybody in Atlanta just wants to be so flashy, and I am not into that. I don't want to meet somebody that's like that. I want to be somebody that's like completely themselves. I'm goofy and I'm weird, and I want to meet somebody that's goofy and weird and can match my energy, but you know, not too weird. Okay, not too weird now. But I don't want to meet somebody that's just like everybody else or doing the same things as everybody else. I want to meet a genuine person that has their own thing going for themselves and, you know, has their own way and is self-sufficient, you know? Self-sufficient men are hard to come by, believe it or not. Now we're gonna add lashes, and I'm gonna do the Kiss lashes. This is the C-Curl lash number 2. And I'm gonna apply these under my lashes to give more of a natural look, like that lash extension look. So I'm gonna apply my lashes really fast and I'm gonna come right back. Lashes are on. Of course, I'm gonna line my lips with a brown liner. I'm gonna slightly go over it, not too much. And now I'm gonna use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Butterscotch. And I'm gonna go in the center with Fortune Cookie. Everything is looking spectacular, as I knew it would. And I'm gonna use the MAC MSF in the shade Dark just to seal everything together. I don't have my setting spray with me right now, but if I did, I would definitely set my face and then dab it with my sponge just to make sure it's like all even. But this is the final look, y'all. The face is sitting, okay, it's giving. Let me know in the comments if you guys have had some dating flops in your past, or if you're currently going through a dating flop. We're all friends here. I shared mine with y'all today. Share yours in the comments. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.